You know, Southern California has been the epicenter for the dream and the progression and the innovation and the evolution of skateboarding. And it's amazing. We went from wood wedge ramps and jump ramps and like a rail slide curb to perfect terrain. The cement is elite. We're not in an asphalt parking lot. We're actually in a skate park that's made for skateboarding. You know, that evolution has really pushed the level of skateboarding. SLS has been a huge event that really has gone all over the world, and for it to come back here to the Vans Off the Wall skate park here in Huntington Beach, this being my home park, it's almost like dream come true, because I never thought in a million years growing up that it would evolve into what it is today. Street League is one of the main categories that has pushed the skill set of what is possible in skateboarding. And we're going to see tricks that have never been done in competition, and that's what I love to see. I love to see the progression of the sport being done in competition. That's how we did it back in the day, and that's how I'd like to see it today.
Hello and welcome everybody. We are live from the Vans Off the Wall Skate Park in Huntington Beach, California. The place where skateboarding came from. We're right off the beach. The waves, the surf, skateboarders, skate spots, and legends are in the building. It is going to be an absolutely incredible day of final skateboarding. This is the final stop before the World Championship in Rio next month. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul Zitzer, up here with a legend in his own right, Chris Cole. Thanks for being here. And we are going to be bringing in Andrew Cannon, the third member of our crew, later on. But first, it's the finals. And based on what we saw in the prelims earlier, Nyjah Huston is in the driver's seat. He skated exceptionally well, and he is going for his first win this year. He's been out with a few injuries. He has battled his way back, and he is looking in fighting form. Chris, who out here can even mess with him?
I mean, we have to talk about Yuto. Yuto just won 2 in a row, and he's going in good position to get his third gold in a row right now. But he's going to have to beat Nyjah, and that's going to be hard.
So that is still all to come. But first, let's take a look back from earlier this season to London and Los Angeles stops.
2018 season kicked off with the Pro Open in London, where 2 new pros joined the SLS roster. After 30 qualifiers battled it out, the top 7 advanced to skate with SLS pros in the prelims. 4 of those 7 qualifiers survived the cut to the final, along with 4 SLS pros in one of our most diverse finals yet, with France, Portugal, Japan, America, and Brazil being represented. Felipe Gustavo, Kelvin Hoffler, and the qualifiers all held their own in the final, but Yuto Horigome continued to drop 9 club scores, and when he landed his 4th one, he sealed the deal for his first SLS win. Of the 4 qualifiers, Vincent Malou and Trent McClung were the top 2 that joined SLS. After London, we hit Los Angeles for the next stop of the 2018 SLS World Tour. With Nyjah Huston back from an injury, LA was to be the proving ground for Yuto. The course had something for everyone, which made for an exciting prelims with 30 SLS pros battling it out to make the top 8 cut to the final. Chris Joslin brought the heat, qualifying out of the prelims in first, and made the cut along with Yuto, Nyjah, Kelvin, Manny Santiago, Tommy Finn, and Felipe Gustavo. The final was intense. Kelvin, Yuto, and Nyjah slayed the run section. The best trick section was full of 9 clubs like Joslin's cab flip and Manny's varial heel 50-50 down the big rail. The hammers kept dropping, giving us a new leader after every attempt, but Yuto was ahead of the pack. By the last attempt, Joslin and Nyjah couldn't put down the tricks they needed, so Yuto took home the back-to-back win.
As you can see, it's been an absolutely incredible season so far, and it's going to continue here tonight. Yuto coming off back-to-back wins. He's here in the final, but he's got Nyjah to deal with, and they're trying to work their way toward the World Championship for the first time ever, Chris. What do you think? What does that mean to skateboarding?
That's huge for skateboarding. I mean, skateboarding is all about progression, and it keeps advancing and keeps advancing, and this is just part of that. It's just going up there, and we're going to have our first ever World Championship. second.
It's going to be really cool to see. Now let's send it to Andrew Cannon, who's going to break it all down for us.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm Andrew Cannon, one of the hosts of SLS, and I'm here to tell you about our all-new World Championship. In the past, the top 8 skaters from the season advanced to the Super Crown. Now, here's where everything's going to change. Moving forward, only the top 4 will be locked into the final, leaving 4 open slots. These 4 open slots will be fought for through an exciting new World Championship format that includes a quarter and semifinal, as well as an opportunity for qualified skaters around the world. Now, all of your favorite pros will have a shot at becoming a world champion. Do you guys even realize how much this is going to change the final? So up until this point, we've known all the 8 skaters going in. Now we know the top 4 that have ripped for the whole season. And then we have this whole pool of amazing talent. And we basically are going to have 4 wild cards in there, completely upsetting the finals. It's going to be insane. For more info on the World Championship breakdown and details, visit StreetLeague.com.
All right, so that's the breakdown of the World Championship, and on the corner of your screen, those 4 skaters have already qualified into the Super Crown final at the World Championship. They are here in the final today. You're gonna see them putting it down. Everybody else is fighting for a spot in the semifinal in Rio. But first, for some insight into the vibe on the course, let's send it down to Andrew Cannon.
Thanks, Paul. Down here on this amazing course, and unfortunately, though, we're getting some intermittent wind. Started blowing in right around that last heat, and all the skaters out there said they're really feeling it. Some of the guys are switching up their strategies. Nyjah, Shane O'Neill, Deshaun Jordan said he's going to power through it, and Mark Suciu said he's going to power through it, but he's definitely feeling a little bit nervous about it. So that's one of the craziest parts about being outside on the course is you do have these conditions, the sun, the wind, and it's really going to affect the skaters as we move into our finals right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Andrew Cannon, it looks like a light wind, but when you're on a skateboard, a light wind can feel like a gust and mess you up quick. So now let's talk about how Street League works with the basics. There are 2 sections to Street League, the run section and best trick section. Each skater gets 2 45-second runs, followed by 5 best trick attempts. The top 4 scores from each skater, regardless of section, then get totaled to give skaters their final score. So now let's get set to meet our 8 finalists. Skater number 1 tonight, just making it into the top 8 cut, is the Frenchman, Vincent Milou, who is a rookie this year to SLS, qualifying in at the London Pro Open and putting the hammer down ever since. And Chris Joslin, the big jumper. He's coming for 9s. This guy's a beast. Best finish ever was a 2nd place in Los Angeles this year. So he's going for his first win. And then a new face in SLS this year. An SLS pick, Mark Suciu, a skater's skater.
Absolutely. He's inventive, he's creative, and he's doing really well today.
Yeah, it turns out he can put a run together.
Yeah.
And then this guy doesn't really need any introduction. Mr. 9.9, Shane O'Neill. He's skating in his first final this year, however. Found his groove here in Huntington. Kelvin Hoffler, 2015 Super Crown champ. He's been placing third ever since. He's going for his first win since that 2015 Super Crown. And Yuto Horigome, back-to-back wins so far this year, going for 3 in a row. That is almost unheard of.
That would be crazy.
He struggled a little bit in prelims. He's here though, and I think he's gonna turn up the heat. All right, Deshaun Jordan. He won Chicago 2017, so he can make it happen. This is his first final of 2018.
He's gonna have to hold it together though, he really is.
And Nyjah Houston, skating in his 39th final out of 39 tries. He's been on the podium almost every single event. He has more SLS wins than anyone. He has 4 Super Crown wins. Nyjah Huston. This is going to be an incredible final. No question about it.
No, not at all. I mean, if the prelims were any indication about what type of show we're about to get, it's going to get real out there. I mean, Nyjah was skating exceptional for Nyjah, even.
Yeah. Like, there was no question. Vincent Milou, our monster, making the cut, skater out of prelims, just squeezing through, and he bumped Thiago Lemos out of the 8th spot to get here.
Just making the cut on that at 22 years old. And qualified in 8th place, so he will drop first. We drop the riders in opposite order.
All right.
Qualified.
Vincent Milou skating in his first final since London, where he placed second. Not only did he break into SLS in London, he got second place. This is his first of 2 runs.
Coming out, all guns blazing. Oh!
Coming out strong.
Seems like he's been watching a lot of the other veterans here.
Little shifty flip.
He's good how he needs to build his run up. Looking good so far, 24 seconds left on the G-Shock countdown. Having some trouble right there, but a quick recovery.
That hub is pretty hard to hit. Oh, wow.
Looking good right there. Kickflip forward. Down the big rail. 5 seconds left.
Yikes.
And he is going to run out of time. Let's hear it for Vincent Milou on the run.
A bunch of falls, but pretty heavy kickflip board slide in the middle of it.
Started out with that nice frontside blunt. So a few big tricks, but in prelims, we saw a lot of low scores. There weren't a lot of 9s flying around, not even a lot of 8s.
No.
So we're just awaiting
It's
scores.
probably not going to be a very good score, though. No, 6.8. That's pretty good.
That is actually a pretty high score with a few falls. On deck, Chris Joslin. One of the skaters that you will see in the World Championship Super Crown. Guaranteed his spot just by making it here into the final. His year has been great.
It's a risky move, that big spin front nose. But he did make it in prelims. Whoa.
That's what he does best. Just,
In the world.
yeah, in the world.
Not just what he does best, but also he's the best at it in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at how solid that was.
Yep. 4 down, same exact time. Oh, that was a good run.
Good
I
run,
mean,
great start.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at the replay.
I wonder how they're going to judge this run, because I feel like Vincent Milou's run was scored kind of high for falling most of the tricks.
This one's got to be higher.
This one has to be higher, and then what if somebody puts down a perfect run?
Score inflation. 7.2.
7.2. So a solid score.
Don't agree with that.
What would you say?
I would say that's fine, but the 6.8 should be lower.
All right, let me give you a breakdown of the pylon on the left of your screen and how it works. Below the skaters' names are the run section and best trick tabs. The top 4 scores will be shown in white and the drop scores will be shown in gray. Below that is the leaderboard. The current skater's name is highlighted in white, and after their attempt, their name will be in gray until they skate again. The leaderboard updates after every single score, and then finally, on the bottom tab, you see what score the skater needs for the lead. And if they can't take the lead, you'll see the highest placing they can get with a score. That's the pylon. Next in, this is such a treat to see Mark Suciu not only at SLS as a pick, that was a great choice, but him coming through, beating 24 other SLS pros today to get here to the final. Mark Suciu.
Absolutely, and he's doing it the way that he does it. He's skating in full Mark Suciu mode. Very creative, different, smart. he's just doing it. It's pretty cool. And like things like that, like a little backside air on the quarter pipe. How cool is that? It's not like his thing.
But he's making it all work,
Wow.
and he's got that trick.
That is a sick one. Front shove it, nose grind 180. Just everything should go wrong. But he pulled it.
And it usually does for the rest of us.
Yep.
6 seconds on the clock. See what he's got for us.
Wow! Switch front feeble in his line.
He was reeling that thing in like all the way down.
That was incredible.
That was great. Such a cool start.
Yeah, starting it off creative. That's a hard nose one too. To ollie straight up, dive the nose, and then turn. Now the switch front feeble. That is a switch front feeble. Rail's not short.
Mark Suciu, what if he won? That would be an upset of the ages. Possible. 7.7, he is in first place. Shane O'Neill on deck. He missed the finals in London and LA. So this is his first SLS final since 2017.
Wow.
He belongs
Wow.
here.
It's just all the time.
That.
Yeah. I mean, it's so weird that we watch him and we just go, yep, that makes sense. These hard tricks, that makes sense. Just ramming tricks in.
Shane was one trick away from being world champ last year at the Super Crown. Got it like that.
That is so good.
This run has been all just incredible tricks, and that was after time, but we got to enjoy it.
It's crazy to see a human being do these tricks with that ease in a row.
Yeah. That's as sketchy as the whole run got. Nolly Crook.
Yep, and look how much rail he gets on this. He just takes so much of it.
Nicely put. 9 club. Shane O'Neill. Wow.
That's awesome. He deserves it.
With Nyjah still to skate, it's the finals. Huntington Beach will be back right after this.
When you're 10, 11 years old, you don't really know like what's ahead of you. And through skateboarding, like you pick up a skateboard and it's just about the fun.
Tudo lhe parando. Detempo ao tempo. Naquele momento. Nunca desista.
Welcome back to the SLS World Tour Huntington Beach. The final stop before we go to the World Championship next month in Rio, Brazil. Things are already heating up here in the final. People going to work on this Vans Off the Wall course. And for more on this course, let's go to the street skate. This unique Huntington Beach course has more square footage of skatable terrain than any other SLS course in history. Skaters that choose to start on the big section can hit the 15.5-foot rails on either side of the stairs or launch over the Van's signature gap, and then from there it's anything goes with every variety of ledges, flat bars, banks, stairs, and hubbas. Anyone who excels at firing off trick after trick will have a built-in advantage in the run section, but making it from one side of the course and back again might still be a challenge. In the best trick section, it's choose your own adventure, and there will be no end to what's possible on this course. So, whether a skater is super tech or just wants to fly around, they'll be able to make it all happen right here in Huntington Beach.
I really dig this course. I think that it really caters to everybody. Everybody can find something that they can excel on, and if they can't, they kind of failed because it's incredible.
There's stuff everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Next skater in here in the first runs of the final. Placed third at last year's World Championship in LA. He placed third at the London Pro Open and third in Los Angeles. And his skating is right up there. It's top notch. It is winning skating, but he needs to break through.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, these are the best in the world. I mean, coming out heavy with a Maui nose blunt, though. That's how you do it. Whoa, that's a good kickflip nose slide.
Whoa, getting loose on the blunt rock fakie. I don't, no one attacks their run like Kelvin does. He's just like...
He's really getting after it.
Bites onto the Achilles of it and just hangs.
Right. Well, he's diving in like the speed dudes do, like where he goes in really fast and furious, you know.
That's true. And flipping into tricks at high speed is tough.
Whoa! Sorry to cut you off, but whoa! Hey man, that was really good. When you see a Shane O'Neill line like we just saw, you have to come with a line like this.
Right, because we've said it before many times. Once you get to the final, there's no strategy. It's bring all your best stuff and make it happen or don't.
Yeah, or you're just phoning it in.
Yeah. Waiting on that score. Score to beat right now is the 9.1. Kelvin following it up with a 7.6. That's good enough for third. Even just one or two falls and these scores are falling off. And I don't blame the judges for that.
No, I don't either. If this is the finals, there has to be a level here.
Yuto in for his first run. And earlier this year, we saw him get 9s and more 9s in the runs.
Already starting to run heavy. Oh, hit a couple of the Yuto specials right in the beginning of the run.
Got to one side of the course. Just stacking it. 23 seconds on the clock.
Good tray flip. Nice.
So far, 16 seconds remaining. Seconds on the clock.
All day.
Whoa. I mean, nice. Big spin front boards down that rail shouldn't look that easy. But Shane and Yuto just throw them out like, yeah, here you go.
So we saw in the prelims, Yuto start to struggle a little bit in best trick, but he's picked it back up here in the final, in the run section. I think his nerves probably settled down quite a bit having put down that run. It's only going to get better from here.
It is excellent for your mental awareness. 8.6, that's a really, really good score.
That is a huge run score.
Yep.
Very, very rarely do we see 9s or above in the runs. Deshaun Jordan had an amazing 2017 skating in his first final this year.
Solid nose line.
Off to a good start so far. Front board up.
Going up there at the front board, still 27 seconds left.
Wow. Ooh, holding on to that barely. Good for him.
Another slot there. Front blunt, casual, trying to get a bunch of speed again.
Oh, wow. Going for that 270 nose blunt.
10 seconds on the clock.
I like that. That's an upgrade from his prelim run.
Oh, yes. Just barely.
Yes.
You all onto that.
Lays it.
Oh, good laser too. He's skating tough. It's a good look. And if he makes that 270 nose blunt, that's an excellent scored run.
He made a lot of tricks in that run, though.
He did. Look at that. Little pop a wheelie out of that.
One of the best runs that we've seen so far.
This is how he pushes.
All right. 8.0.
That's a good score.
To crack into the eights
Yep.
with falls is heavy duty.
Yeah.
Nice score coming in.
Coming in next, this dude, Nigel Houston, in prelims, he looked completely unbeatable.
Yeah, he was exceptional even for him.
If he keeps that going now, it's gonna be tough for anyone.
Wow, coming out of the gates with a kickflip backflip on that massive handrail is shocking. It's still shocking.
He's just trying to build on his run in the prelims. That's looking clean so far.
Wow, just flowing through the hardest tricks.
I mean, a little big flip like that too, that's just a spot where you could fall.
Look at that.
Whoa! That is a heavy move.
Look at that!
Dude! He almost pulled that.
He is a four-time
It's like a 540 out.
champion. Gonna run out of time.
I like that he felt it. He put in a great run. He's not bummed out. He's like, I killed it. I fell at the end. He's gonna come back with more heat next run.
Little bit of a bobble there, but it should still be a pretty good score. There's a lot going on in that run.
Look at this, coming out of the gates, kickflip, backflip, and also the fact that that sets him up for the rest of this run. If you mess up the kickflip, backflip right there, then you got to pick up your board and start running around to try to figure it out. It's risky.
Wow. All right, waiting on that score. Trying to get a 9.1 or better for first. Gets an 8.3, which is great. There's your current leader, Shane O'Neill. Will be back with second runs after this.
Best thing that could happen to the neighborhood. The possibility created for these kids by leaving this behind is a huge thing.
I love dirt bikes, dude. That's like, I feel like if I wasn't a skateboarder and like for whatever reason I was put on a dirt bike when I was super young, like that's what I would be doing right now. Like ever since I've been a kid, I've been so obsessed with like anything motorized. It's just really fun to me. Dirt bikes and cars, that's my shit. No, honestly, like I can't skate every day. I used to skate every single day, like when I was a kid. But I mean, I grew up, I started getting sore. I mean, when you think about it, I'm only 22, but I've been jumping down big shit since I've been literally 8 years old. It's either skate or physical therapy. If I'm not skating, I'm probably gonna be at physical therapy for like an hour or two, fixing my knees and fixing the body. I feel good for Super Crown. I think it's a really sick crew that's out there. It's definitely a few different people than normal. But yeah, we'll see. I think as long as there's some good stuff out there, and it'll be a good contest.
Welcome back to the SLS World Tour, Huntington Beach. And you are looking at a skater who is going to the Super Crown at the World Championship. And we caught up with him for some of his thoughts on what he does off the board and his thoughts on skating SLS.
My name's Chris Jocelyn and I'm from Hawaiian Gardens, California. When I'm not skating, on my free time, I'm usually hanging out with the fam, just trying to get the house clean or make sure the daughter's all good and the wife's taken care of. And yeah, if everything's usually chilling, I'll take London for a bike ride, or we'll play with her toys, random little things around the house. Well, I was 20 when I had her, so it was like definitely sketchy and scary, like thinking like, man, I'm so young, am I ready for this? But then like, Grandma helped me out a lot when I like learned a lot from her, from watching her, so that helped out for sure. Skating an SLS event, it's definitely nerve-wracking, but at the same time, so much fun because you're skating with all these people that you're inspired by and look up to, and you get to like feed off their energy. When it comes down to the last trick and your last try, it probably adds like 10 times more pressure, but then like 10 times more reward if you do land it. It's like, can't believe I just did that under all this pressure. For the people coming up right now or the next generation, just have fun, man. Don't take anything too seriously and just enjoy it. Enjoy your time on the skateboard.
Chris Joslin sure is mellow in real life compared to his skateboarding.
That's right. It's a good juxtaposition.
Yeah, solid mix.
Yeah.
He's currently in 7th, but he put in a 7.2 first run, so he's right up in there and coming in for his second run. Vincent Malou
comes out powering through the front one. Oh, wow. Oh, yikes.
Sacking the mini hub.
Better go get that board. This finals player. Vincent Malou, good at the front heel. Not a normal trick. Nice from when he switched crook. He's like later that board.
Vincent blasted his way into SLS in London with that second place finish, just out of nowhere. And then he's been stomping tricks ever since. Here he is in his second SLS final in 3 attempts. He doesn't mess around.
No, those are good odds. Look at that front heel. He doesn't even slow it down. I mean, it's a quick turn, quick flick. Look at that front blunt. He knows how to do that, considering he front blunted El Toro rail.
Yeah, what was it, like second or third try? Just like bang.
Yeah, land or die, man.
I guess
that's a big old rail. You better land it.
If you're like 20, 30 tries deep, things are...
No.
All right.
Yeah, you're evading death.
Chris Joslin on deck. Second of 2 runs.
What a weird move to try. Good kick crook though. Getting some speed here. Nice, back 3.
Clearing some distance on that. Of course.
I'm convinced he can big spin anything, whenever. Because that's a big spin.
Yeah, he never, like, he just doesn't miss that trick.
No.
Look at that. Look at the distance he goes on that back 3.
Yep.
All the way around.
There it is. There's the big spin. He big spins things that you would be like, well, do I ollie it? No, I guess I'll just big spin it.
7.1. That moves Joslin up into the lead with 2 scores on the board. Mark Suciu coming off a 6.7 first run score.
Nice. Cap to switch lip. I like that little backside air.
It's a small quarter pipe to do a proper backside air on too.
Totally. Nice.
It's unbelievable.
Nice. I'm excited every time he makes it.
He's the most East Coast, West Coast skater of all time.
Right?
That's my claim. So it's going to come down to best trick, because that second run score is probably going to be kind of weak. Although he did do some moves.
He did great moves. You can see what I was talking about on this last run, where he has to ollie up and then turn, nosedive, nose, and turn, all after getting above the rail.
Oh, 6.7. That's a solid score. That's up there.
Yep.
But this is the finals. We've seen in LA, it took an average of 9.1 to win. That's what Yuto did in LA.
Right.
So
that's right.
Shane O'Neill.
Oh, yikes.
He's capable of that.
Huh.
But like we said, he usually depends on both run scores because he's a little inconsistent in best trick because he's trying the hardest stuff in the universe.
It's, yes. He's trying the stuff that only he can do.
Right.
I like when we see a Shane O'Neill like this, though, a performing Shane O'Neill, because he's the only one who can deliver it to us. Oh, switch. I mean, why not try a switch double tray thing? Wow. That hurts.
First run was a 9.0. No falls in that one. This one is a little different.
Yeah, this one's not going to score the same.
Needs a 5.5 to move into the lead.
So just awaiting scores here for Shane on his second run.
Yeah, landing primo off of a drop, that hurts.
Yeah, 5.7 score is in. So this is the finals. Yuto going for the three-peat when we come back.
Visa the trick.
She's super cool, super hyped. Really cool to see someone that young with that spark about skateboarding.
Welcome back to the Vans Off the Wall Skate Park here in Huntington Beach in the SLS World Tour. We are in the run section of the finals. Second run's up 2 before we move on to best trick. It's a skate crowd out here in Huntington Beach, I'll say that. There's legends on hand for days.
It's a skate city.
Skate City, USA. Steve Caballera, I spotted him in the crowd earlier.
Nice.
You know Hossoy's lurking somewhere.
For sure.
Kelvin Hoffler on deck. Currently in 8th, but that doesn't mean a thing right now.
Not at all. Comes out firing. It's a great kickflip nose slide.
Now here for run number 2.
Wow, he had no speed for that.
None. If it stuck a little bit, it was, wow. So what's really cool about Kelvin is he changes up his second run, he ups it, so that if he makes his first run, it's on for the second one. And he is doing just that right now with a massive kickflip backflip.
Backside flip, 5 seconds left. Just trying to hold it together right now. That is 5. He did what he wanted to do.
Half gap nose slide to finish it. A textbook Kelvin Hoffler run. He just put it all down.
Yeah. That was a great run.
Okay, so how does it stack up against Shane's 9 run?
Oh man, I don't know.
Or
I mean,
Yuto's
that's a really good run.
Yeah.
This massive kickflip nose slide. Look at that. That was sick. He readjusted it too when he got in.
Kickflip back lip.
I mean, he also had the half cab nose slide to back tail. There it is, 8.9. That's a good place to be.
First place.
That's right. Shane had a 9-point run, but then his second run was no good. Having 2 scores is real good.
Yuto, 8.6 on his first run.
It's crazy that he can just do that so simply and not swing his shoulders like the rest of us do. He seemingly doesn't use that weight in his shoulders to get him to rotate.
His upper body thinks he's doing something much easier.
Nice. Upping the run.
15 seconds left here.
Saving some time right now.
Again, 19 years old.
Tray flip? Nope. Sticks in front board. Wow.
4 seconds on the clock.
to end it.
I get really excited when people skate the
big bar.
Yeah.
So that should
fat
be
pipe.
another really good score for Yuto.
Man. 8.0 on his first run. How does this run compare, Chris?
This is better, if I'm not mistaken.
So run at 1 came in at 8.6.
Yeah, couldn't have been worse, right?
No. And he makes that. He saves some time. So he got the nollie heel nose big spin this time.
8.8. Huge scores out here.
So 17.4 overall score.
Yuto moves up into first place with best trick still to come.
Are we gonna see Yuto win 3 in a row?
We very well might, but remember, Nigel's here and Deshaun and Jocelyn.
It's true. A savage over Crook.
So much speed. There's that front board up the rail. And we can't forget about that win he had last year. Oh, wow!
Way to step up the run.
Dude, not a chance. Oh, no. After that.
No, dog, no. Oh, board's just gone forever. Oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, yeah, that.
Slow motion flip.
Yeah.
He just waits for it.
Yeah, meet that on the ground. I'll link up with that board right at the floor.
I like the bow. He took a bow. That's sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Madonna fan.
Front nose blunt. How could you not be? Here's the map.
Look at that. Wow.
Was that purposeful?
It has to be because of how he pulled off. You know what I mean? He pulled out of it like he knew what to do.
He didn't plop out. He popped out.
That's right.
8.2. Even with a couple falls, 8.2. These guys are killing it. Nigel Houston, coming off of an 8.3, needs a 9.2 to take the lead. He's got that for days. He can 9.2 right now.
8.3 on his first run. Guarantee business this time. Does not want to fall off.
How simply he does just the little setup tricks in between, little kick flips and tray flips, fake flips. Those are all opportunities to fall and lose momentum.
He never falls on any of that stuff.
That switch 5-0 is just hair raising. And he makes the cab backflip this time, even though he's up on his truck.
No problem that time at all.
Oh,
he does a manual. He does a manual.
So he's going for a 9.2 on that run. Is that within the realm.
I mean, yo, that run was buck. Even the tricks that we're not talking about inside the run. I mean, the kickflip backflip is obviously crazy, but right after that, he does the back 180 nose grind just straight on the Gasta Hubba, and that is heavy. That's also a very heavy slam when it doesn't work. All twisted.
In 1 second. Take a look at our replay scorecard.
There it is.
9 Club Nyjah Huston, 9.0. Good enough for second place. Just 1/10 of a point behind Yuto.
53 9+ scores.
Hey, if you like what you're seeing out here, get social and follow us on Instagram at SLS. That's an easy one.
In our run sections there with Shane O'Neill and Nyjah Huston.
So Yuto Horigome up on top after the run section. Can he make it 3 in a row? Chris, we'll find out.
I grew up skating skate park. I got a whole new group of friends when they put it in the Santa Rosa skate park. We all met from totally far places and all converged on this one spot.
Very, very excited about our next skater on the course. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us. Dropping in and TrueSkate, the official mobile game of Street League Skateboarding.
Welcome back, everybody, to Huntington Beach, California, and the Vans Off the Wall Skate Park. This is the SLS World Tour final stop before we head to Rio de Janeiro next month in Brazil for the World Championship. There's a shot of Shane O'Neill getting his leg workout. And straight into the 9 Club. Shane O'Neill, let's take a look at some of the history and development of the 9.
The level of skateboarding in street leagues progressed so much. And the 9 Club, it wasn't really a thing when it started. Now it's like, all right, the 9 Club is something.
On deck, T-Puds.
Locking in for that back tail. And it makes it! 9.2, the judges loved it. Oh, wow! 9.2.
It ain't every trick. You know, you have to actually have a specific trick that, you know, either no one else could do or something that no one's ever seen before. Usually if you do an NBD, which means never been done, that's gonna be in the 9 Club. The 9 Club's that slam dunk, that alley-oop shot, that three-pointer, you know. When it happens, you know. The crowd goes wild. The skaters are all stoked. Everyone's banging their boards against the coping. That's a moment to remember.
9 Club. Chris, you had 9s.
Yeah.
What was your best 9?
I have no idea.
Sounds sick.
I don't keep that in my back pocket. That'd be weird.
We'll look it up. From here, it's all about the World Championship, and we are going to see 9s for days there. And somebody else we're going to see in the World Championship, Felipe Gustavo, is standing by with Andrew Cannon right now.
Felipe, unfortunately you weren't able to make it in there today, but you were just saying you had a heel bruise, right? You were kind of nursing going into this?
Just been fighting with this heel bruise for like a month. Just want to like skate here to get some points, you know. I know how important Super Crowd, so like hype that I didn't make it, so I don't have to skate again. Hype rest up, and then hype that I make it to the Super Crowd in Rio.
What does it mean to you to have the World Championship in your home country in Brazil?
It's my first time being in my Super Crowd anyways. It's pretty awesome, you know. I'm going to have a lot of family support out there, you know. It's going to be the first one in my country and stuff, so I'm like super down to represent, you know. Like pretty stoked that I made it over there.
Anything up your sleeve? You got anything in mind that you're going to work on over this next month to get ready for it?
I just want to stay with my family for the, the holidays. That's gonna give me a lot of energy, good energy, and just try to heal up my ankle, and then, yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one in Brazil.
So are you going to be down in Brazil starting for the holidays and then head back, or are you going to be in the States?
I'm actually gonna stay out here. I've been living here for 12 years. This is gonna be the second time that I ever spent Christmas here. So because I wanna like take care of my ankle. I feel like if I go to Brazil, it's gonna be a lot of like stuff that's gonna get out of my zone. So I'm staying in, take care of my ankle, and I'm gonna fly to Brazil right after New Year's.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on making your way in. It's going to be exciting next month.
I appreciate it, brother. I'll see you soon.
Congratulations, Felipe Gustavo, going to the World Championship. And if you know anything about Brazilian skate fans, they are the most passionate skaters in the world. It is going to be mental down there. I can't wait. But first, it's all about tonight's final. This is the final SLS stop before the World Championship. Now let's give it the breakdown with the basics. There are 2 sections to Street League, the run section and best trick. Each skater gets 2 45-second runs, which we've seen, and now it's time for 5 best trick attempts. The top 4 scores from each skater, regardless of section, then get totaled to give skaters their final score.
Techniques described as literary dosage. Brain patterns scattered from the moment I wrote this. Never bogus, hopeless, rocking with the dopeness. Having said irrelevant text can't come close.
After
try to step at home, we be zoning.
the run section, the order is reshuffled based on current standings. So Vincent Malou, sitting in 8th place, will be first skater in. There's a look at your current standings on the left. Vincent Malou, you see him down there in 8th place. That's why he's going first. Wow.
Woo! Just hammering down kickflip front whip.
He'll stomp moves. He did that down Hollywood, right? The 16?
So Vincent Malou catching that.
That is
coming down to Feige.
that's no light task.
That is heavy.
That's heavy lifting.
Score coming
Vincent
in for this
Malou.
section.
You have to feel
First
good.
trick.
It's 4.5.
Is that right? 4.5?
Is that what?
Seems low.
That does seem like extremely low.
Here's Jocelyn.
What happened? They think you didn't do it?
Jocelyn, first try.
That's super bizarre to see.
That's never happened.
No.
I'm curious to see how Mark Suciu approaches best trick here in the final. Does he try to join the jump fest, or does he go ledge heavy?
He's up on the deck. I think he's going to take the escalator down though.
We'll see.
He looks like he's angled for escalator.
Yeah,
smart.
Right.
Man, I'm a huge Mark Suciu fan.
Me too.
Wow. That was going to be a sick one too.
He will have.
He'll get that next try.
Yes, he will.
There for Mark's first attempt.
Says us.
Shane.
None other than Shane O'Neill.
Shane's put down a 9.9.
Sitting down at 6th place with 14.7.
That's like, hey, you need a score.
That's something else.
He can get it.
The 5.7.
Oh, the landing primo was not good for those feet. He's got magic feet.
He needs those things in fine shape.
Top condition.
Wow.
That.
He was way high over the rail. He like came down onto it.
Look at this, just scooped it like it's a snowboard.
Pushes off a little. Yeah, so he's got a 16.2 overall score, sitting down in 5th place.
Like, luckily he knows how to gauge his pressure once it hit the rail and he didn't just snap his board.
8.2.
That's a good score. That's a good score. That's what you want.
First place, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey man, he came in looking really strong, so
he's keeping it going. Now Kelvin Hoffler has a 7.6 and an 8.9, so an 8 moves him into the lead. And you know his best tricks are all 8s and higher.
Yeah.
Hanging on to it.
He is seasoned for this section. A long rail, seemingly unfazed by it. is going to do what the tricks that he was going to do either way.
Tippy toe on that back foot. Ooh, danger. But always just able to recover, and in the end landed it perfect.
That's right. He can wrangle his trick and like quick adjustments on the fly.
He's prepared for every type of situation, it seems, because he trains, you know.
Look at that. Hoffler and Jordan, 0.1 point away from each other.
This is getting good. Nyjah in.
That was sick.
Nyjah Huston.
Did he hit the rail going up into it?
Bonked on that one.
Is that the dong that I heard?
Take a look at the replay there.
Let's see.
Cab all the way up and over the rail, back
Oh, there's something crazy going on right here.
That was incredible.
Wow.
Too much.
Good for him being able to pull that trick. 8.6.
8.6. Guess what? Nyjah Huston has moved into the lead.
He's got an 8.3 and 9, now an 8.6, and that's going to bring up Yuto.
Yuto. He's got an 8.6 and an 8.8.
You know, Paul, you mentioned this before. Once you crank into a spinning trick like that, your shoulders keep spinning. And so it's like...
And the longer the rail, the more they keep spinning.
Leaving him 4 more attempts to try and get at least 4 scores.
Best trick attempts number 2 coming up.
At a podium finish.
One trick in. Here's your current standings. Nyjah Huston up on top with a 25-9. He's got a good lead, but Kelvin Hoffler and Deshaun Jordan are looking strong.
Top 4 will be moving right into the Super final at the World
4
Championships.
scores count. We've got 3 scores overall on the board, so these guys are trying to put down their 4th score starting right now. Best trick attempt number 2.
Invincible Lou, attempt 2. Getting ahead of that one a little bit there.
So he made that front heel in the prelims, and they scored it really well. But I don't know if in finals, I don't know if they're going to score him well if he keeps doing frontside 180 tricks on the same section.
Because the kickflip front lip got blasted by the judges.
Sure did.
Thing got beat down. All right, Jocelyn. There it is.
That was a beautiful angle of a beautiful big spin. Best to do it.
He's so good at soaking up the landing and like carrying his speed. There's none of that like stuck, maybe. It's just breezing through that landing.
He just jumps like this all the time. If he's skating the local skate park, he's jumping off of whatever they got.
8.1. Chris Joslin in 4th. How does he stay healthy? Seems impossible.
He's young and he's strong.
Mark Suciu on deck. He needs an 8.1 to move into 4th. His run scores were 7.7 and a 6.7. Got to make some best tricks. Oh, that?
I didn't see that coming. Dude, that's the impression you make.
Yeah, who knew? I didn't know Suciu could also skate like a stuntman, a tech stuntman. All right.
That was sick, the way he was just like revving down it.
Score coming in from the judges. What's it gonna be? .5, so a solid score.
Nice. It's a good score.
Suciu up in 4th place, and that's with 3 scores only.
Just outside that top
Shane O'Neill.
Shane O'Neill. Just coming off on that one.
It's such a bummer because we've seen this before, and it's the unraveling of Shane O'Neill.
And he's going to keep trying harder tricks instead of tricks he's going to make, right?
Yeah, instead of hitting the reset button.
Next, he'll go for a bigger spin double flip over the Vans logo.
Yeah.
To Manny.
You're right.
All right, Deshaun Jordan needs a 1.6 to move into 1st. Gives you an idea. Yes!
Deshaun, I mean, that is a insane board slide, but also great mental game out of Deshaun.
There's a look at it.
Look at that. He has to ollie up to his chest.
We saw that trick in prelims. It got a 9. Is it going to get a 9 in the final? Are you sure?
A 9!
9 Club Part 2 for Deshaun Jordan with the backboard.
Everybody showed up for work today.
Deshaun has got some scores. His lowest
Really
score
doing
drop
it.
right now is an 8. So
A 9-point board slide.
So
Did you
we
ever
have
think you'd see
high
it?
scores here. This is
If you're going to do it, wow, go up a massive rail. What's next? Backboard up El Toro. 9 Club. Hey, why not?
9, street 9.
So Kelvin Hoffler with an opportunity to
Kelvin Hoffler needs a 9 for first. That's like baby games for Kelvin. He's just coming for that and more.
pushing into this one.
Hey. I don't know. Also, like, how no tries before it? No, like, it wasn't like we went to commercial break and we just all saw him trying that. It just happened right now. Look at him. Half his foot was off of it.
And still bolts on the landing. He's like, okay, I know what I need to do when I pop out. I just need to move that back foot back over the bolts and I'll be good.
I'll just lean on my heel for now.
Yeah. 8.9 for a kickflip front blunt to face knee versus, you know, other 8.9. So Nigel in needs a 7.6 for first.
Whoa.
Now, the question is, does Yuto Horigome make a trick now and take some pressure off himself, or does he bail it and then just have to hope for the best on these next few tries? Because we've seen him struggle right here before. Good start.
Well, there you go.
So we have an 8-6 and 8-8.
Before we can speculate,
He had a bail on his first attempt.
he did it.
Attempt 2, he has a make. We'll have to see where that score comes in, but he still is going to need
Yuto needs an 8.6 to move into third place. And then from there, it's going to get interesting. 3 best trick attempts still to come.
Look at his shoulders turning, but he still somehow pulled it back.
Showing the control. See how the judges like that. We wait to score. A 9 even for
9 Club.
Another 9 Club score here at Huntington Beach.
Yuto keeping it going. Yuto's in third, but he's going for his third SLS win in a row. For now, Deshaun Jordan up on top. Best trick, number 3, when we return. True Skate is the official mobile game of Street League Skateboarding. Download the new 2018 SLS LA course on True Skate now.
In India, girls are expected to be girly and do all this girl stuff. Skateboarding allows you that freedom to just choose whatever, be whatever, do whatever. There's so much power in that.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Andrew Candon. I'm here to tell you about our all-new World Championship. In the past, the top 8 skaters from the season advanced to the Super Crown. Moving forward, only the top 4 will be locked into the final, leaving 4 open slots. These 4 open slots will be fought for through an exciting new World Championship format that includes a quarter and semifinal. For more info on the World Championship breakdown and details, visit streetleague.com.
My name is Kamali. I'm from Mahaps.
Kamali is the only girl in that whole village that skates regularly. Kamali is totally rah, and she just does whatever she wants.
Welcome back to the Vans Off the Wall Skate Park and the SLS World Tour Huntington Beach Finals. And it has been heavy so far. We have 3 best trick attempts left before we crown another winner. And Deshaun Jordan, winner of 2017 Chicago, is up on top with a 33.4, followed by Kelvin Hoffler and Yuto Horigome, who's won the last 2 stops. 3 tries left. Chris, you want to make a quick prediction? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh man, quick prediction. Yuto goes up into first place and then Houston takes him out.
Let's talk about that front heel from Vincent Malou.
That was like somebody else did one part of the trick and he just landed on it. Look at that.
Very little was right about that trick.
Yes.
Except the fact that he just rode out of it. But it's going to be a big score, I would think.
An over-rotated front heel.
That was awesome.
Needs a 7.1 to move up into third. And he gets an 8.3. That's a good score. I mean, that's a little bit of redemption from that 4.5 kickflip front lip.
That's right.
Chris Joslin.
Maybe they felt bad.
Yeah, like, well, maybe we'll give him an extra 10.
Like, that was really heavy-handed.
Chris Joslin in 7th right now, but he's looking for his 4th score.
He's getting speed. Wow. Yep, that's how he does it. That backside flip's not easy.
Now going that fast,
having to keep the board high enough to go over that whole hubba for that long. That's difficult. Almost striking it right on pop.
So he's sitting on good scores. 8-1, 7-2, 7-1. This is going to be another one, and then he's going to really get a chance to go to work in his last 2 tries. 8.3 for Chris Joslin, moves him up into 3rd place. Vincent Malou moves down to 4th.
We're going to see that a lot.
Yeah.
It's just shaking up.
Mark Suciu up next. He's in 7th. Needs a 7.9 for 3rd place. Trying to post his 4th score.
That was very smooth. Really good nollie cab. The way that you whip into that at the last minute, you carve in right before popping your nose on the nollie 360, it leaves a lot of room for error. I was like scared when he rode up, but he nailed it. 6.8 moves him to 4th.
Good enough for now. 2 tries left for Suciu. From here, Shane O'Neill, he's got to make some tricks. 2 falls in a row in best trick.
He's had 2 fails, so he needs a couple of makes here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, his feet are just getting beaten up right now.
Deshaun Jordan, current leader.
Wow. I mean, really going for the win right there. Like, really trying.
That's smart. Now's
like
the chance.
The bigger spin flip front board on a rail of that size. You saw him drop his board. He dropped his board like, I'm hauling at this. Let me get as much of this rail out of the way as possible.
Kelvin needs a 7-7 or better to take the lead.
Whoa.
Not this time.
Is that what I think it was?
Backside.
Grapefruit?
Backside grapefruit.
Is that what you would call that?
I call that the Hoffler. If he makes it here in the final, we're gonna christen that the Hoffler. Or the Big Hoff. All right, Nyjah coming in next. Needs a 7.6 to take the lead. He can do that. Easy.
You know,
not so easy though.
That was a hellish slam. And one thing that Nyjah has always had is that he can take a slam. He is good for a gnarly slam.
Yuto just needs to make a fourth trick. I should say, needs to get a fourth score.
All three of them really high scores, but he's got some bails going on. 2 bails here in best trick section.
Best trick section, 3 tricks in the books, 2 left to go here at the SLS Huntington Beach final. There's a look at your current standings. Deshaun Jordan still up on top with a 33.4, followed by Kelvin Hoffler and Chris Joslin. What a top 3. Interesting mix. Vincent Malou coming in for his 4th best trick attempt.
Coming in as fast as you can go. Frontside flip attempt.
Here's what's going to get tricky for him. If he does a kickflip front lip, and he does a frontside heel flip, and then he goes over here and does a frontside flip, the judges they're going to start scoring him bad.
Like we've seen the same trick essentially 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah. So, and I'm a Malou fan. I would tell him, hey dude, I've seen you do this other trick.
Yeah, he can
throw
frontside
that.
blunt stuff.
Throw that. Pop shove it back 50.
True. Chris Joslin needs a 9.9 for first.
Looks like he's going for speed.
He's just trying to drop a 7.1, which he can do to increase his points.
Hey, great idea. If he makes that, that's a good scoring move. Bigger spin flip.
He really needed that one though, so he didn't need to get a 9.9 on his next try. Mark Suchu, he's in 4th, trying to drop a 6.7.
Also having some struggles. So Mark has 4 scores posted, but he has a 6.7 and a 6.8 that he desperately needs to get rid of.
Shane O'Neill on deck, 3 falls in a row. He's got a hurt foot. He has to land his next 2 tricks or he's going to finish in 8th.
So again, unable to ride away. The foot is bothering him.
That's a shame.
So coming in next, your current leader, Deshaun Jordan. You'll notice he has the same score as Hoffler, but it's because he's in the lead because he has a higher single trick score than Hoffler, and that was a bigger spin flip front board down the big rail.
That was insane.
So we'll see what happens.
I can't believe he just made this. Especially the way that he made this. Ooh, didn't hit the second hand.
Wow.
Yes.
That, he fought that bail off.
See what the judges thought of there.
Good for him.
8.8. You know, that's a 9 trick. The landing took a few tenths away for sure. And he just increased his lead over Kelvin. So now 34.2. Kelvin needs an 8.5 to take the lead back. We know he can do it.
He's trying to drop a 7.6.
With a big nollie lip. Going for that nollie 180 feeble. Just didn't work. But it is always nice when it works out into a trick so you don't have to bail. You miss, but you get to ride the rail. He almost caught that wheel.
Kelvin's lowest score is a 7.6. The nollie lip is not going to do better than a 7.6.
No, especially not when they know it was supposed to be something else.
Right. So it's going to come down to Kelvin's last try to get that lead back.
That's exciting.
That is. That's what Street League is all about. It comes down to those last tries.
Yep.
Love it. Nyjah Houston needs an 8.4.
Dude, it's crazy to see this. I mean, with the way that he put the hammer on prelims, like, If you just added that performance right now, that was insane.
Yuto is trying to put his fourth score up. A 7.9 gives him the lead. Yes.
As we look at each other to try to figure out, does that it?
I mean, that's heavy duty though, right? Switch 180 to crooked grind.
Look how good he did it.
What do you think? What do you think that scores here today?
I don't know what it scores, but I know what must have been going through his mind once that wheel locked in.
8.8, that is a huge score. Yuto Horigome moves into the lead and is on pace to get his third win in a row. Wow, that trophy in the middle there, it's got Yuto's name on it right now. We'll be back right after this.
Don't be afraid of what other people think, and don't be afraid to try. If I can tell myself like I can do something, then I can do it most of the time.
Yeah, it was such a crazy thing. Like, I had just got into the scene here in California, and right when I got into Street League is when I got my visa approved to officially become a citizen. And at the time I was traveling so much, I'd like lived in my suitcase for a year. Yeah, I ended up like going through all that and then also transitioning to living out here. And that was when it was like the ultimate shell shocker. There's so much going on down here. I felt it was kind of cozy almost, you know? There's always people around, always something happening. It's so crazy down here that I love it, honestly.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Bands Off the Wall Skate Park. It's the SLS World Tour Huntington Beach Final. We're in the best trick section, and there is one try left. It all comes down to this. Yuto Horigome is currently your leader with a 35.2 overall score. And there are 3 other skaters on this list right here that can take it away from him in this final try. Deshaun Jordan, Kelvin Hoffler, and Nyjah Huston. Nyjah way down in 7th right now, but it's only because he's only posted 3 scores. When he gets that 4th score, could move in to the lead. Here goes Vincent Malou, trying to move into 4th.
Nice.
It's not going to do it.
It's not going to do it, but that was a good good plan.
And a valiant effort.
Yeah.
Vincent Malou, best he can do is 6th here today. Great showing for the Frenchman. 2nd place at the London Pro Open, making it back to the final here in Huntington Beach. Chris Joslin on deck. He's going for the 9.9 right here, trying to move into 3rd.
Oh.
Finds the board, but does it right away. Let's hear it for Chris Joslin.
So Chris Joslin cannot do better than 4th here today. Mark Suciu in 5th. Up next. Trying to bump Joslin into 5th. A 7.8 will get the job done.
He gets a 7.8. He can get up into 4th place. Last attempt.
Wow!
That is so stylish. A massive grapefruit grind and done really, really well. For a guy that we didn't know could rip big handrails, he has ripped these rails today.
You got to be impressed with Suciu.
Absolutely.
He's just like, he's famous for being a ledge technician, and he's one of the best in the world at it. And then for him to come out here and do this, it's cool.
It is really, really cool. Super impressive.
Needs the 7.8 to move into 4th. He gets that 8.5, and he does it. He moves up into 4th. Chris Joslin bumps down into 5th.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Solid performance.
Shane has been hurting. Landed hard on his foot earlier, and he's been struggling. Just gonna see if he can pull off one last miracle.
I mean, his feet are hurt, but even to try that trick is impressive.
Yeah, I don't know anybody doing crook nollie flip forward.
He's the only guy I've ever seen do it.
There's our leader, Yuto Horigome, and Deshaun Jordan is coming in next. He can take it away from him, but he needs a 9.3. And that's not gonna do it. And there are two other skaters still in the running to take the lead from Yuto Horigome. The next two skaters still to come. Kelvin Hoffler.
This is nerve-wracking.
This is what it's all about right here.
I feel nervous, but I'm not out there.
Kelvin Hoffler, he needs a 9.5. Can he get it?
Oh, wow. That's a huge situation. I mean, that's a great trick, but that's not a 9.5 trick.
Right, not at this stage of the game.
No.
Yeah, definitely getting it that time, locking in, awaiting scores.
He does it well. He does it well. He does it very clean.
Score coming in, what's going to be?
8.4.
So third place,
Kelvin Hoffler, third place, and that leaves Nyjah Houston with the chance to take the lead from Yuto Horigome. He needs a 9.4. Yuto looking on, or not. Maybe he's going to turn around and look the other way.
Or he's going to cover his face but look through his fingers.
9.4. He can do it. Put your hands together for Nyjah. Going for
Oh!
3 in a row!
3 in a row!
For Yuto. Wow! What a season! That is insane. He fought for it.
He's got to be stoked. He was just skating around practice so mellow, too. Now it's victory lap for him.
Yeah.
What do you do during victory lap?
Try something hard if you're Yuto.
Here it is, your champion here today, Streaming Huntington Beach, Yuto Horigome.
Switch grapefruit. Switch grapefruit.
Yes.
Yuto. That's why.
Hey, you guys haven't seen this. Here you go.
He should have kept that for the World Championship and unveiled it there.
Oh, no, that's pretty cool to see right now.
True story.
Just, yeah. A big deposit to all of our love banks.
In prelims, he needed a trick at the very last moment. He was able to produce, and then he came through for the final.
Wow, he came through. Prelims, kind of shaky. Not sure if he was going to even make it in. And then dial.
9.2, by the way, for the Switch grapefruit. Our winner getting a congrats from Eric Costin.
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time. Go. And this is a greatest of all time in training, Yuto Horigome.
3 in a row.
Wow, what a day of skateboarding we've seen here in Huntington Beach. We'll be back with awards after this.
Skateboarding gives you that refuge, that safe space that you can escape to when you have all this other stuff going on in life.
Oh, yes! Woo! Let's go! Finally!
Hey, did you get that?
Dude, yeah, check it out.
What is this?
When did I score?
Dude.
What?
SLS World Tour Huntington Beach has been brought to you by Monster Energy. Welcome back to the Vans Off the Wall Skate Park, where we just saw some insane skateboarding go down once again. And there are the final results, making it 3 in a row. Out of Japan, Yuto Horigome with a 35.8 and another win. And then followed by Deshaun Jordan and Kelvin Hoffler rounding out the top 3. Look at that once again. Kelvin Hoffler, 3rd place. We are gonna throw it down to the 3rd member of our crew, Andrew Cannon.
Yuto Horigome, 3 in a row. How are you feeling right now after that victory?
Oh, I can't believe it. I'm so happy.
How are you feeling going into Brazil knowing that you are the champion so far? This is the World Championship representing Japan as we go into the Olympics.
I'm so excited. Can't wait.
Excellent. Congratulations, Yuto. Well deserved.
Three in a row, Yuto Horigome. And on top of that, he skates away with the Monster Energy highest scored trick of the day, 9.2 switch stance. Great for him. Wow.
Just for a victory lap.
Yeah, they didn't need to do it. That was for fun.
And how incredible was his English is getting so much better so
That's
quick.
awesome. He lives here in the U.S., lives with Deshaun Jordan, handling it.
Great.
So 4 skaters going to the World Championship in Rio. Felipe Gustavo, Yuto. And we are gonna see you next in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, for the World Championship. So thanks everybody for tuning in once again from all over the world, and congratulations to Yuto Horigome for taking 3 in a row. So for Chris Cole, Andrew Cannon, and everybody here at SLS, I'm Paul Zitzer. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in Rio.